You are listening to a Life in Quebec podcast. For more, visit lifeinquebec.com.
What am I doing? Rushing down these streets, never getting to know the people that I meet. Not taking time, I'm not making the space. I'm living at a crazy pace. At a crazy pace.
I'm Andrew Greenfield for lifeinquebec.com, and I'm here with Quebec City-based singer-songwriter Jack Lavoie. Jack has recently launched Out of the Box, his third album. Jack, thanks for joining me today for a chat.
Hi Andrew, happy to be here.
So tell me a little bit about you. How long have you been writing songs, and how did you get into music?
Oh boy, well I've been writing songs for ever since I picked up a guitar when I left McGill. A failed student, and I didn't really know where to go in life. And I had a friend, and it was a guitar, and I didn't really know how to play guitar, but I started playing, and I realized that there was a lot of good things coming out of me and a lot of bad things coming out of me, and they're all coming out of me because of this guitar. So I realized there was a friend there. And also, it was a lot cheaper than a psychologist, and that's what happened when I needed sort of help back then. So anyways, the guitar became a friend that accompanied me through my professional career as a landscaper. And writing music was always a part of what I did with music. I wasn't into covering, I was just into inspiration and creation. That's basically was the idea. So that's it. The guitar became a part of my life very early on, and I just kept going, and I've been writing songs. And then about early 2000, I launched my first album. So I went from basically the guitar being a friend into let's put some of the ideas on albums. And so the first album it came out in 2003, and that was called New Warning. And that album was a great experience and led to the next album in 2005-2006, which is called La Pura Vida. And that was also a super experience. And then I went from that to writing a bunch of singles, and I did things for the John Lennon 2009 Bed-In, and we did a lot of playing, we did a lot of road shows. Then I went from there and I did a David Suzuki song, Heal, which I included in this album because I love the song, in 2010, 2011. And then I think probably mid-2013, early 2014, we started this project, which is Out of the Box, and this is where we are today. Out of the Box being officially launched.
So Out of the Box is the new album that's out, or the recently released one. Tell me a little bit about this album and what it means to you.
Out of the Box. What does Out of the Box mean to me? Well, as a title, Out of the Box pretty well defines the way I've lived my life, personally and professionally, thinking in that way, and the creativity involved in coming up with solutions when there are none apparent, which is inherent to my life as an entrepreneur. And also in the way that I write my songs. I always write my songs with different angles. I write songs from obviously from a more mature base. I have a lot of experience, and in that sense, Out of the Box seemed appropriate to be the title for this album. Also, the fact that we launched virtually. There's no real physical copy. You can get a physical copy if you want. If you go onto my website, there's a link to buy the physical copy. But Out of the Box meant taking the little vinyl out of the box, or taking the CD out of the cover and literally throwing it at the world without the box, without the vinyl. It just became music, and it was launched virtually. So there was that sort of surreal aspect to the album also.
That was one of my questions down the line, but I'll ask it now actually. You had quite an unusual launch. Tell us about the launch and why you did it that way.
Well, what we did is we launched live, and we did it on Facebook, our Facebook page. First of all, it was a new technology that had been available here in Canada for a few weeks. We did a press launch the week before. We launched April 29th. And for our friends and fans across all the social networks, especially Facebook, we did this live launch. So instead of launching on a club on a Tuesday night where who can be there, who can't, everybody's got their schedules, what we did is we launched from my living room, and we invited a bunch of friends over to the house. And it was really cool. We just got everybody involved, and we sang 3 songs, and we told everybody that was at the house and everybody listening live what the album meant to me, and where it came from, where it was going, and also just the fact to do it from a platform that is like in itself like a hub of happiness, which is my home. think that was a pretty cool thing to be able to share.
Why though? Why do it online and not, as you suggested, in a bar or an event and a venue surrounded by fans, surrounded by people that can react instantly to what you're doing? Because you're not going to get that online. Why do it that way?
Well, you know what? The great thing about this launching is that we launched Friday night, and as of Sunday, there was 2,300 views with a lot of cool comments. So we reached a heck of a lot more people, and the fact is, we're not forcing anybody to buy the album. We're just saying, man, we love this album, and I hope you do too. And you can go online and you can buy it if you want to download it on iTunes or all the other download platforms. And if you want to downstream it, or you can do it too. You can stream it on any of the streaming platforms. So basically, the idea was just to reach more people than like 50 or 60 friends in a bar.
Okay. Now there's 10 songs on this album. How long did it take you to write and record?
The whole project started as, instead of releasing an album and then the singles would trickle out, what we decided to do was release singles. And with the last single, which was Silver Cup, the song called Silver Cup, which we released at the same time, we would actually at that point release the album. So we did it sort of the other way around. So we released singles and then the album came about. So I guess what we did with this album also is like we took our time with each single. We wrote it. Some of the songs were older songs that we hadn't recorded. Some were like brand new songs. So basically what we did is we just took our time. We recorded the songs. We did the arrangements, the recordings. We fine-tuned it. Then we do a video for the song. And then we launched the single. It started with Hunger for You. And then it just came right down to the last song, which was Silver Cup. So it was like the other way around.
So where, you said that, people can download it and there are physical copies as well. Where can we go if somebody wants to get this album now? How do they do it?
If they want to get a physical copy, they go on my website. Mm-hmm. There's a link. You can just go onto the link and we'll actually mail you a copy.
So what is your website address?
The website address is www.jacklavoie.net.
Okay, so if they are a bit old school and they want to have something physical to hold and own, they can do it the old-fashioned way and have a CD if they like, or they can download it. And I'm assuming they go to the same website, or is it available elsewhere?
Jack Lavoie Band Out of the Box is basically, you go to any downloading, iTunes, Amazon, you name it, it's there. This album is being distributed through Universal Music, their subsidiary DEP, and their virtual platform is Believe Records. Well, basically with all the webosphere is being covered. So if you go any downloading venue or any streaming venue, we're there. Jack Lavoie Band Out of the Box.
So it's available online. Fantastic. Are you going to be doing any touring and promoting the album, or are you just sticking to online?
No, actually we're going to be doing a little mini tour in the Quebec area in August. I have a first show early August. We have a main show August 13th. And we have another show which will be early September. We're going to be announcing that officially as soon as we get the okay from the big event, which is on August 13th.
We'll get that information on your website, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll go onto our website and we'll stream it.
So musically, then, what does the future hold for you and the Jack Lavoie Band? Where next?
Where next for the Jack Lavoie Band? Well, I think it's just going to keep making music. I love the format of this album. It's like, instead of like you making an album and going to the studio and locking yourself in there for 3 weeks or 3 months and then coming up with an album, is just basically just keep recording along the lines of what are you going to sing about, what's happening. A lot of things you can invent stuff like pretty quickly, but if you want to take your time and to let songs mature, and this is what we did for Out of the Box. I love that sort of like whole process. So that's what we're going to do. Once we signed and sealed this one, now we're going to do as much as we can to promote it and to get it out into the world. And like I said, we do a little series of shows, and then probably in the autumn, if things go according to schedule, unless we have a world tour, which is a possibility, we'll probably go back in the studio and start writing our next project.
Well, the States is not that far away. You could go international. It's a couple of hours down the road.
That's true. It's a new insight. I like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Jack Lavoie, thanks for talking to lifeinquebec.com, and good luck with everything, and keep on making music.
Hey, a long life to you and your beautiful magazine.
I need someone to save me from myself. Save me from myself. Save me from myself.
Thank you for listening to the Life in Quebec podcast. For more news, commentary, editorials, and opinion, visit lifeinquebec.com/podcast.